알고 있었어? 우리 주원 사고에 대해서. 누가 그랬는지까지.
What? Hello and welcome back to Actually Let's Talk About It with me, your host Lily, and today I will be reacting to See You in My 19th Life, episode 11. Y'all, we're gonna get straight into this reaction, and I maintain my stance that Mingi is the trauma and is the drama that Ji-Eum experienced in her first life, and possibly even that Seo-Ha's mother, who was also reincarnated, experienced in her first life. And I do believe that he's trying to right the wrongs that he's inflicted on others that causes them to remember their past lives by helping them find closure, even though he was the cause of the trauma. Because I think that's the only way that he can stop having to remember his past lives. That's what I'm thinking. I could be wrong, or I could be very much correct. But we're going to see what episode 11 is going to give us, because after this episode, y'all, it's episode 12 and that's the finale. So we're going to see if what I'm saying is a little bit right or a whole heck of a lot of wrong. We're just going to see. But yeah, we're going to get straight into this reaction like I mentioned before. We're just going to do our patron shout out to our wonderful patrons on Patreon. So the first patron shout out just go out to Keisha L. The second patron shout out does go out to Renaya Shannon. And the third and final patron shout out does go out to Moon Zule. And I want to thank y'all so much for rocking with me on the Patreon and being the best supporters. Your support is so very much appreciated. And you know, I'm gonna keep it up, okay? Just know that. And yes, and then also if you're watching this on YouTube and you're a subscriber on YouTube, thank you so much for being a subscriber, because we are over 400 subscribers deep now, okay? And then our next subscriber goal is for 500 subscribers. And every day we're gonna get a heck of a lot closer to that goal. So yeah, thank y'all for really rocking with the channel on YouTube, and thank the patrons for rocking with me on Patreon. Y'all support is so very much appreciated. But yeah, y'all, we're gonna get straight into this episode and see what tea we gonna get, because we ended episode 10 with Ji-Eum. She was still stuck in her memory, y'all. So she was still stuck in the memory of her past life, where her current sister, aka the sister of Cho-Won from her 18th life, okay, so Cho-Won, she was also her sister in her first life. And I think that she was somehow sick, because she looked like she was sick. You know how somebody looks sickly, how they do the makeup to give you the idea that this character is a bit sick. That's how Cho-Won looked in Ji-Eum's first life. But she was in the midst of a memory where she was killed in front of her. And the person who killed her, which I believe is Mingi, even though they want us to believe it's Seo-Ha, she kept saying that she's going to kill them. And you know, Mingi, like the asshole that he is, let Seo-Ha and told her, oh, she's in her room, not mentioning the fact that she's remembering memories from her first life with the shaman bells in her room. And he's trying to snap her out of it, but she's still stuck in the memory, and she's choking him out. And then they cut the cameras. I was like, and Seo-Ha was doing nothing to defend himself. I'm like, respectfully, sir, you need to get them hands off of you, because she is a trained warrior from her past life. And if you let her choke you out too long, you're gonna pass out. So I'm like, we're gonna get straight into it, y'all, because we gotta see. I know Mingi guilty. I know he guilty. I don't care what nobody else say. I know that. He look evil. Fine, but evil. This man has not changed in any lifetime. He is still the same. Oh, they were a thing already. That was an intentional touch. Okay. I know my period dramas. That was very much intentional. Oh, wow. Oh, she was older. Could have been anything. Her liver could have been failing. Her kidney could have been failing. It just, they didn't always have a tonic for that.
방해자의 도움이 될 식물들을 모으고 있다는구나. 그 무력이라면 귀한 약재를 구할 수 있을 거야.
It could have been anybody else, y'all. How did they know it was her? How?
이 무력을 가지고 서러버려 간다면 저희 언니를 살릴 수 있습니다. 그럼 이분이 자비를 베푸시어 저희를 보내주십시오. 작은 인간의 손조차 돌아보시지 못한단 말입니까? 아들도 사람이 있어야 아들인 건 아닙니까?
Wow. Over some bells. Over some bells. I still think it was Mingi who killed her sister and used Seo-Ha's sword.
아니야. 당신이 죽였어.
Yeah, that's not something, even all the lifetimes. And what they're showing is how the death of a loved one is kind of like a defining moment for some people, especially when it's like that. It is a catastrophic event for her. Her sister dying in front of her, being murdered in front of her, for something as trivial as shaman bells, the same bells that she's holding, which hold no value compared to the life of her sister. And the fact that a quote-unquote holy person who communicates with the gods killed her. Because I know it was Mickey. They want us to believe it was the Hanya man, aka Seo-Ha, in his past life. Mm-mm. It was definitely Hanya's sword, but Mingi was the one who wielded it. I know that much. And I'm like, and that was his fourth life that he was in when he did that against her. For bells. Shaman bells. Like she said, that you could easily replace. And he killed a whole person and ruined her life because her life was her sister. It doesn't show that she had any other family or anything else going on but her life with her sister. So he ruined two people's lives over bells. I'm like, I called it like I saw it. Mickey is bad news. He is the trauma and the drama. And now he's forcing her to relive that so she can remember that he's her enemy. For why? So that could be one person you can cross off probably a very long list of people that you've wronged between your 23 lifetimes so that you can move on and no longer have to remember. I'm like, yeah. But it's completely understandable why Ji-Eum became vengeful. Because how can you not? That's somebody that she loved, somebody that she was willing to die to protect. And instead she had to watch her be murdered in front of her. Yeah, I'd be hell-bent on getting everybody involved too. I'm for real.
했는데 할 말이 없는 것 같으니 내 식대로 하자. 하나 있긴 해요. 날 가시고 나서요. 형 울었어요.
내가 더 많이 힘들다고. 근데 그것도 아니면 나 이제 진짜 어떡해요?
Girl, I don't know. Get your man somehow. Somebody gotta make this man see sense. Because Do-Yoon likes to sabotage himself, but he can't sabotage this here. Okay? But we need to give Miss Ma'am, okay, that plays Ji-Eum, her props. Because she been acting this whole series. But especially in that scene, that bedroom scene, as long as it was, I don't know how many takes they had to do with that scene, but her acting, she even changed the way that she speaks as Ji-Eum to reflect the way that she would speak in her first life. In that scene, when she was calling him Hanya and saying that he killed her sister. I'm like, the standard that she done set here, I better see some awards for her. I better see some awards for her because ain't no way nobody else is touching it. Ain't no way nobody else is touching it, okay? I react to like K-dramas all the time on the Patreon and the YouTube. And there hasn't been a performance outside of our good sis from the glory that can hold a candle to what she's doing here. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. She should be so very proud of herself because ain't nobody doing it like her in any K-drama that I see out right now. This scene right here better give her something. Cause ain't no way. Ain't no way. That's all I'm gonna say.
난 다 알고 있었어. 우리 주원 사고에 대해서. 누가 그랬는지까지.
What?
삶을 끝내고 싶어도 못 끝내요.
Good, that might be your curse. Anyway,
형,
it's not about you, sir.
죽어갈게요.
Mingy is a menace. I don't care. He is a menace.
전생을 모두
A fine menace, which makes it worse.
날
Because he
찾아와요.
doesn't look like he would be evil, but he is. Got a very trustworthy look about him. And he is literally hell on wheels. Sir, you know what you did wrong. You know you a dirty dog.
봤어?
I can't imagine the pain of that.
언니랑 미술관 오니까 너무 좋다. 너랑 보고
Because it's not
싶더라고.
something you ever heal from. Because she's lived through lifetimes, but still that pain of losing her sister
초원아,
is
건강하게 잘
one
지내줘서
of her worst
고마워.
pains.
배경 이모님 때문에 많이 놀랐구나. 그런 말 하는 거
A
보니까.
pain she couldn't even remember for 1,000 years because it was so horrific.
그럼 진짜 있는 건 인연이 아닌 거겠지?
Now, why would she say that?
생각해보니 식물도 그래. 그러니까
네, 그럼 끊습니다. 야, 그냥 끊으면 내 전화야. 보고 싶으면 네가 직접 받을까?
He like, I don't waddle on the phone.
내가 갈 거야? 아, 나 때문에 큰 상처 받은 것도.
엄하게 만들었잖아요. 그게 너무 미안해서 얼굴을 못 보겠더라고요.
걱정만 했다고.
Aww. He a little bit of a romantic.
겁도 없이 위험까지 왔으니까 차원이 다 들여다보고 와. 하나도 놓치지 말고 전부 다.
Let's go. We need to figure out the full truth here. I know Mingy guilty, and I think he lying. And I think the only way that you can no longer remember your past lives is if you die your current, and then you won't be reborn. I could just be going in a tangent, but I think that's it. And that's what Mingy ain't saying, which makes him a bad person.
네가 저자를 죽일 것이다.
그리 죽인 나야. 언니가 좋아하겠어. 이리 버티면 죽을 뿐이다. 기회를 줄 때는 거라.
I told y'all, Mingy was the trauma and the drama in her first life. He was the cause of her trauma.
네가 가장 바라던 것이 아니다면 더는 지체하지 마시지요.
Wow. 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 And the fact that that was his fourth life, y'all, that he remembered. Because he had 23 of them. This man is insane.
이번은 너만을 기억하고 또 기억할 것이다.
Oh, wow. I told you that man had a selfish motive and why he wanted her to remember her first life. I told you that man, Min-gi, was the villain, that he was the trauma and the drama in her first life. I told y'all. And was I wrong? No, I wasn't. I knew he had a selfish motive. The only way that he can possibly stop reincarnating is if she fulfills that her dying wish was that she keep being reborn until she remembers what he did, until she's face to face with him again. And it took 1,000 years, 19 lifetimes. And now here we are. Y'all, I'm excited to see how episode 12 gonna go. This series finale, it's gonna be something else. Because there is just no excuse for what Min-gi did. You are in your 4th life. And I get that you had 3 lifetimes before your current one that you were in at the time that it was Ji-Eum's first life. But for you to so callously and heartlessly murder her sister in cold blood, might I add, not in self-defense, because it is not murder. Not because she did something against your family, because then, that's not really murder, That's just kind of, you reap what you sow, kind of a situation. Your bad karma came back to get you, kind of a thing. But no, you killed her to prove a point, and then even tried to kill Ji-Eum in her first life. Just because you could, and you have the power and the status to do so. Min-gi is sick, y'all. Min-gi is sick. That man is sick. He is sick and he is corrupted. And I'm like, and I don't care about what happened in his first life because it does not justify his behavior at all. Do not care what happened in that man's first life. If they never tell us, even if they did tell us, I still wouldn't care. It doesn't justify the evil that he's done. It doesn't justify the heartache, the unaliving / murder of innocent people. I'm like, just in his 4th life, all by himself, what he did to Ji-Eum, there was no reason. And the fact that there were still people that were following him, I don't know if they was indentured service or if they had any choice. They might have not had no choice. So because back then, sometimes people were indentured by your bloodline was indentured to another bloodline. So that could have been the case. But that's crazy. Y'all, that's crazy. But yeah, that's my reaction to episode 11. I'm hoping she gets her revenge on Min-gi in episode 12 and that he pays the most craziest of prices for what he did, because he insane. It's the fact that when he saw Cho-Won again, he was looking at her with such resentment, the same way he was looking at her before he killed her in Ji-Eum's first life. And I'm like, that's why he was looking at them hugging that way. Like he was jealous, like he despised the fact that after all those years they had somehow managed to find each other again. I'm like, and I think the reason why when he tries to reunite with people that he's loved from past lives and that it negatively impacts them is because he's Satan. That's why. It's because you evil, sir. You don't get to have good things when you're evil. So I don't think that even that logic applies to Ji-Eum in her circumstances. I think it just applied to him because he's a very bad person. And he's the reason why she has to remember her memories because of the evil he did against her in her first life. But that's just my speculation. But yeah, y'all, we're going to see in episode 12 what I'm thinking is right. But that is my reaction, y'all. Again, just see you in my 19th live episode 11. But yeah, Min-gi is crazy. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave it there. But yeah, if you have stayed until the end of this video, I want to thank you so much for watching. If you're watching this video on YouTube and you are a subscriber, I want to thank you so much for being a subscriber because like I mentioned earlier, we are over 400 subscribers in with the channel. And our next goal is 500 subscribers. And if you are watching this on YouTube and you have yet to subscribe, do not forget to subscribe if you would like to. And again, if you are watching this on Patreon, I want to thank you so much for being a patron. And I will be back with the next reaction or the next revisit or any other kind of video I decide to post. But until then, y'all, bye.